Hey, my loves. My name is Erica, co-founder of God's Girl. Y'all like my shirt? Yeah, y'all. It's cute, huh? Yep. Y'all can find us at godsgirlygirl.com. This is a limited edition only, so it's only gonna be available for a limited time. But it's a stonewash brand. I mean, the light ain't giving y'all how it look in person, but this is one of my favorite shirts, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm wearing a medium, and I ain't the littlest one in the world, so yeah, a medium fits me, but it's true to size. So whatever size you wear in shirts, this is a female. This is not a unisex shirt. So whatever size you wear in shirts, you order your size. This is true to size. So yeah. So I left off. So this is part 2 of my testimony, and I left off in a previous video telling y'all how my wise counsel gave me their blessing, and now, okay, we going on this journey. So all summer long, I'm still like asking, like talking to God, because I'm thinking I'm moving to Charlotte because I have family in Charlotte, right? Let me show you how God works. He hilarious. So I tell my parents I'm moving. I'm just sitting everybody down, like telling my family, look, I'm relocating. I'm thinking I'm going to Charlotte, but I'm telling them I'm going to relocate to North Carolina, right? So one day I'm at my desk, and I'm doing work, but I hear the Holy Spirit, like come to me and like, you ain't asked me. Like what they keep, basically it was like, you ain't asked which part of North Carolina. Cause in my mind, I'm thinking I'm going to Charlotte. I have family in Charlotte. That only makes sense, right? So it's another twist. So I end up just praying right then and there. I put my head down and I was like, God, please lead me where you want me to go. What part of North Carolina you want me to go. And that was it. So, y'all, I kid you not. I took my break. I said amen, right? I took my break. I kid y'all not. Like, when I tell y'all, my life is crazy. I'd be like, what in the world? I was going upstairs and I was going outside, and at the time I was reading Sarah Jake's book. So God was preparing this all along, all from the beginning of 2017, because 2007, the beginning of it, my dad told me to read Jump by Steve Harvey, and I read that, and I'm thinking it was pertaining to something else, pertaining to a whole nother thing. Then I was reading Sarah Jake's book. I forgot that one that was called. Like her book, I forgot what it was called, but I was reading that. I put it in the description box at the bottom, but I was reading that book. And I was reading that. So I'm going outside. It's a hot day. Hot. Okay? Hot summer day. Listen. It came so clear to me how I was walking and all I heard was Raleigh. And a voice. I was like, I jumped back. I was like everything stopped. Like, I kid you not. Like, that was it was crazy. Like, I can't really describe it. So I sat down and I was like, okay. I've never heard of Raleigh. I don't know nobody in Raleigh. All that. So it's just crazy to me, because I'm like, okay, Jesus, this is what we doing. All right. So I read the book. I get off my break. I research Raleigh, because I'm like, I don't know nothing about it. Like, where am I going? So I start so what I started doing was I was looking for hospitals, because I'm in a medical field, so I'm looking for hospitals like down here, all that stuff. So stuff come up and I'm like, okay, I'm just researching stuff. So I'm researching apartments, everything. I'm just doing all this. This is my task for all summer, because I'm supposed to move August 1st. I had 2 dates, August, and then I had October 1st. So okay, so fast forward, we get to August. So I'm not moving to Charlotte no more, which I thought originally I was moving to Charlotte. I didn't think it was gonna be this difficult. I'm like, oh, I got family there, I can stay with them. It was I didn't think I had it was deep. So God really just wanted me to trust him on this journey. So August comes and goes. I didn't make that date. I still was contemplating, because I really didn't want to go, because I'm in a comfortable spot. Like, I'm here in Buffalo. I've been in Buffalo all my life. That's all I know. I don't want to move somewhere I don't know nobody. Like, Jesus, you wildin'. But this is Jesus, and you know, I surrender my soul to him. Whatever, we good. So comes August, I still don't have an apartment. I still don't have no job. Like, I'm putting in jobs in Raleigh. I'm taking trips down to North Carolina. I'm driving to Raleigh from Charlotte. I'm driving to Raleigh, so it's only like 2.5 hours. So I'm driving, looking at different places, looking at where I'm gonna be living at. Like, this is my new city. Okay, so I'm telling, like, one day I had a discussion with my mom, my mother dears. We in the car. She was like, "So did God tell you where you moving to?" And I looked at her and I said, I literally did that. I heard him say it. So he was like, I was like, Raleigh. She was like, really? She was like, you know, that's one of the medical states. And I was like, what? Like, run that back me again? Like, Jesus. So I knew when she said that. And then it was funny because like that following Sunday, my spiritual father, my pastor, asked me where I was moving to, and I said Raleigh. He said the same exact thing. I said, oh, this is confirmation that I'm really moving in the right direction, because I didn't tell, like, now that I got approval, I just started listening to the voice of God and just having him lead me. So nobody knew, but my mom threw this. So September comes, so I'm getting everything ready, and people like, Erica, you still got no job? I'm like, nope. All I got is my savings, my car. I ain't even got an apartment. I ain't got an apartment yet. So I ain't get my 2 weeks notice in, but y'all remember October is my month I'm supposed to move. Okay, so my mom give me this surprise going away dinner, y'all. My mom can't surprise me for a can of paint. Like, I am the queen of surprises, but people have gotten me after the fact, but my mom can't. She don't know my numbers, so she needs me to give her numbers. So I know it's a party. So I'm just going along with it, whatever. So, by this time, I'm getting everything done. I had my high school friend at the time. She was helping me look for apartments. She'll go to different apartments for me, videotape them, or she'll call, like, FaceTime me, and we'll do the apartment. I'm like, name my apartment. So one night I was just laying down, looking through these apartments, and I seen a really good apartment. Like, it was nice. Now look, y'all a little expensive down here. North Carolina a little expensive, more than what I was paying at my apartments when I had my previous apartments. So I had to go up my budget, but I went up where it was affordable. So I found this really nice apartment. I was like, this apartment's nice. So she went for me. Her and my best friend went for me, and one of my best friends, they went for me and looked. They was like, this is nice. So I told them, okay, that's the apartment I want. Blah, say. So I filled out the application, did everything I had to do. This is 2 weeks before I'm about to leave. Okay, we in September. 2 weeks before I'm about to leave, got an apartment. So I got an apartment just like the pictures. I'm in a safe. Now, I didn't know that was one of the safest places people say to move to. So I moved to Cary, North Carolina. And everybody's like, that's safe. That's a safe place. I knew nothing about Cary. I didn't even know about Raleigh. So how the heck am I know about Cary? So, but it was really safe. Like, I really felt safe where I was at. Like, I didn't feel like I was in danger or anything. Granted, I'm by myself. Yeah, but nobody knows. So I bring myself. I didn't bring my dog at the time. I think my mom had my dog until I was going back home. Yeah. So I had to get shut up and everything. So I did have a job. So we move in with an apartment. And we move with my savings. No job. But I'm filling out applications. So I had an interview. When I moved there. So October was coming. I put in my 2 weeks notice. Everything, y'all. It was just like, it was a lot. I was still fighting with it, but my mother dearest texted me randomly, and this is what she does all the time. God speaks to her, and then it comes to me about me, and she was like, trust God, because I was battling with that. Like, this was a major decision, y'all. Like, I was literally, why am I about to cry? Oh my God. I guess reliving this story makes me emotional. I was really about to leave everything I know. Like, literally leave everything. Nobody I knew in Raleigh. I didn't know anybody here. And I literally was about to leave everything I know to come somewhere to the unknown. Like, that was the most uncomfortable thing. It was, I don't know why I'm about to cry. I don't want to cry. Okay. So, okay, so that's North Carolina. So I was moving. So I gave my 2 weeks notice. I had 2 weeks to go. I had an apartment now, and then I had my savings. So then the lady called, and now I got an interview, y'all. So I'm like, what? This is Jesus, y'all. Woo, woo. So I'm excited. I got my moving company. That's a whole nother story. Listen, y'all. I'm going to let me get off track. Got a moving company. I got everything in set. So I'm leaving in 2 weeks. So I'm just counting on the days, cleaning out my room, giving stuff away, everything. So, okay, that happens. My last day comes. My coworker gives me a going away party. I thought that was so sweet. I just met her a week ago, and she was like, "You're going away." People was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "I'm moving." That's when I told my coworker. They was like, "You ain't told." But I felt like it. Some stuff you just have to, if God is just telling you, don't say, like some stuff you just have to keep to yourself. And I really am that type of person where I keep stuff to myself. I do not tell unless God gives me instruction to tell or go to that certain person. I'm really just like that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if that's good or bad. I think it's good. But anyways, so my October comes. I moved October 7th, I think. October 7th, I think I moved. My sister came with me. It was me and my sister. I packed my truck up. The people came and got my stuff. The movers was just a joke. But they came and got my stuff. And I left that night. 5 in the morning, I left. I hugged my mom so tight, y'all. I hugged her so tight. And I was like, I'm going to miss my mom. Because that's my best friend. So I hugged her so tight. And I told her I love her. And I left. And that day was the most scariest day ever. Because I had everything packed. And I left all I knew. And I was like, bye, Buffalo. And the emotions didn't hit until I literally was by myself. So my sister was there. And we scoped everything out. We cleaned my apartment was amazing. Like, they knew I was moving from out of town, so they was checking up on me. They was checking to see where I was at. They was making sure, like, I was okay or whatever. And it was nice. Like, people don't really have to do that. So I was like, oh, okay, this apartment is cool. But they had good reviews anyways. So we get to the apartment. We must have carried my TV up. They had the maintenance man to carry it up, but we was like, we just carry it up or whatever. That was a funny adventure. So my apartment is nice. My sister was like, this is nice. I'm like, oh gosh, she's embarrassing. They gave me a welcome gift or whatever. So we get here and it's just nice. So I'm like, okay. And I'm like, to me, it didn't hit me. Like, it didn't hit me. Like, I moved, y'all. I moved. And I forgot the Sunday before. It's so much, y'all. It's so much detail I'm leaving out. But if I tell you every single detail, this will be a 5-hour video. I'm not kidding. But the Sunday before I left, it was so beautiful. It was my spiritual. So my mother dear is coming. This lady, listen, y'all. When I say I love my mother dears, this lady. I love her. She comes in, pastor's preaching, So the spirit is heavy in there. It's heavy. So I'm like, okay, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. I'm praising God. She like, come on, come over and get prayed for. No, I'm here. Hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. I'm good. The spirit is working with me right here. I'm good. She said, come on. I was like, no, I'm good. You only can say no a couple. I got 2 times to say no to her. She gave me that look. I got up. So I got up and I went to go get prayed for. Y'all, listen. Okay. When the spirit is heavy and I'm off track. I'm sorry, but y'all know I get off track. The spirit is heavy and I know this is about to be some crying. I don't know. I just be like, y'all about to get me out here in these streets. So my spiritual father always gets me. Like, the thing about him is he plays no joke. Like, you don't go right up to him and get prayed for. You wait. Like, he stands on the side, and you know when God is using him because his whole face structure is changed. Like his demeanor is changed. It's a changed demeanor, and he's getting a word from God. So then he'll call you up. Sometimes not even in order. If God says get that man in the back, he gonna get the man in the back, and you gonna be standing right there. Like that man does not play when the spirit is high and he in the spirit. It's so I knew something's about to go down because his whole structure was changed. So I get called up. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm praying like, Lord, hallelujah. I just want a simple prayer and I go on my way. So he's like, is this your last Sunday? I was like, no, I come back next Sunday because, they're going to pray for me to go, get sent off or whatever. So, but y'all, woohoo! Okay, so it was like my graduation ceremony. Like, it was just like I don't know how to describe it. I'm about to, y'all forgive me. Reminiscing about this day and reminiscing about moving, it's emotional because I don't really talk about it. Like, this is my first time really voicing it and talking about it, but forgive me. So, I need some tissue. I haven't got tissue around here. So it was like my graduation ceremony from my spiritual parents. Like I can't describe how I felt. It was like, so my spiritual father was on this side. My pastor was praying for me, who my other spiritual father, and my mother dearest is on this side. And so I had my spiritual father crying, so I couldn't look at him because I was already crying. I think my mom was crying. I don't know. I had to keep looking straight because I couldn't, because I would have been sobbing even more. So I remember my spiritual father holding my hand up, and he holding my hand so tight, and he was just crying. And I'm like, oh my God, like I can't take this. And so my pastor, my other spiritual father, my pastor sitting there, and he waiting to get the word from the Lord. Y'all, my spiritual father just started downloading this out, and I knew what he was saying. It was confirming what God already had told me. Y'all, it was like a graduation ceremony. Like, I feel like the angels was around us, and it was just us in the room. Like, it was like, to me, in my mind, was like, it was just nothing but us in the room, and it was the angels singing, and it was just like a glorified moment, and it was just like all white, and it was like I was really graduating to the next step of my life. And y'all, that was just the best memory of me moving, because I knew I was going the right way, in the right direction. But it was scary because I'm leaving the people who groomed me, who helped me get to be the woman I am today. I will love them forever, and they will always hold a special place in my heart. They still my spiritual parents. It's just, I'm sorry, y'all. That was just, that day was just so emotional. Like, having my spiritual father cry, and my other spiritual, he in the word, like Jesus is already all over him, and he telling me stuff. Y'all, I ain't stay up. I fell and I buckled. I was like, down goes Frazier, because I never can stay. When he praying for me, it'd be like boom, and I just go down. I always go down. Like, I don't know why. I can't never stay up. I'm always falling. So I was like, oh my God. So yeah, I got up after I was down. But that felt like my graduation ceremony, just in that moment, like for my parents saying a job well done, and God saying a job well done. And it was like all white, and it was just I felt like the angels was singing, and it was just like so peaceful. Like, it was a peace that came over me. It was a joy that came over me. It was like, I'm making the right move. So fast forward back, I just had to tell that little detail, because y'all, when you know you are walking in God's obedience to God, and you are in his presence, and he is telling you to do something, and it's scary, you will get a sign that you know you're doing the right thing, whether it's peace, it's joy, some might confirm it, you will get something like that. It might not be as dramatic or big as that was, because that was just mind-blowing to me, but even something so small, you will have peace if you just keep on the process and the journey of being obedient to God. Like, it's just, it blows my mind. So fast forward to getting here. So I got here, have the apartment, have a job interview the next day that I get there, whatever. So I'm like, I'm getting a job. Woo! Man, it's already 20 minutes. I'm having part 3 because this is, I'm sorry, y'all. So anyways, we get to, where we get to? Okay, so we get to the job interview the next day. She said she'll call me. The director wasn't feeling me. I felt her vibe, her energy was just off. She was not feeling me at all when I got there, but it's cool. So I didn't have a job. She didn't call me. I was getting depressed. I'm going into a depression mode because I don't have a job. My savings are dwindling because I'm here and I'm like, what the crap? So a lot of stuff is just going on. I started going into a dark place. I'm mad at God because I'm here, uncomfortable, don't know nobody. I don't have a job, and my family is miles and miles away, and I feel like a failure. And I'm like, I would, and I'm like, what the crap? Like, I went back home for Thanksgiving, and that was cool, and I brought Gracie back, but that's my dog. I brought her back, and I still felt like a dark, like I feel like I moved and a dark cloud came over me. Like I felt like I walked into a depression. I walked right into it. Like I walked right into another tribulation. Like boom. I thought everything about to be rainbows and butterflies because I obeyed God. Nope. I mean, I walked into a growth period and it was like he was purging everything I've been through back home. Things I've from my exes to not totally dependent on him. Like it was like like I walked into a purge season. It was purging, okay? And that purging was uncomfortable. Like I cried every night. I journaled. I would sit with my Bible open. I would sit and be like, God, why am I here? I don't have a job. Like I would pray for a job. I put in tons and tons of applications. When I say I put in tons of applications, y'all, I woke up in the morning, I would go to the computer center, and put applications in everywhere. Indeed, all the medicals, hospitals, everything. I mean, I had no job. I was just depending on my savings. So, Christmas comes. I'm like, I don't have no money. I can't go back home. I might spend Christmas by myself. Like, it is what it is. So, my auntie lives 2.5 hours away from me. So, I was like, okay. So, she called me. And I'm like, because at this point, I already said, well, Jesus gonna just be and you. I already said I was going to watch The Best Man Holiday. I was going to cook. So, God provided, and I had food stamps for a little bit of time. So, God provided that. God provided. So, He met my needs. I'm not gonna skip over that. He met my needs, so I had food. And I told her it was nothing but God. And my food stamp card came. I talked to her that Monday. It came like literally that Wednesday. Like it came like in 2 days. Like it was like, and I talked to her late too. I said that was nothing but the move of God. So I went grocery shopping. Then I found out of this program. How did I find out about this program? Somehow, okay, so I need to help pay my rent. I'm telling y'all, look, I was struggling, okay? So I need help paying my rent. And it's like 3 months in. I ain't had that much in savings. Like I had savings, but I had that much in savings. So, and my rent is you're paying rent every month. So I want to say going into the new year, I found this place that helped me pay my rent. And then they offered food. So I had an abundance of food because they had a good pantry. Like this pantry was bomb. Like I feel like I was in the grocery store. So like God provided. A lot of people don't know that. Like I struggled being obedient to God. I struggled in that season. Like that season was a crazy season for me. And I do not want to sit here and be crying my eyes out. That season was crazy. Like starting with the movers. That in itself was crazy. Like if you gonna move out of town, I suggest you get somebody that's local to move you out of town, or you find somebody to move or sell all your stuff, because do not get them people that will call you and they gonna tell you they charging you $1,000 and then they writing it up, and then the people ain't actually in the house counting your boxes. They a lie, because they're gonna charge you more and they're gonna say it's more than what they said it was gonna be. No, don't do it. Do not get no out of town person to move you. I'm telling you that right now. I know from experience, it was the wrong thing to do. The company was horrible. They broke my stuff. They broke half of my stuff, and they only tried to give me $60 for that. Some of my insurance only covers $60. Don't get no outside people to move you. If you don't get nobody local to move, like Mayflower, whatever they is, local, don't do it. Don't. Just sell your stuff, honey. Just sell your stuff. So that started that was the beginning of my rumble of depression experience. And I was depressed for a whole year. The end of 2017 to the end of 2018, I was depressed. Oh my God. I was in my house crying every day. I was depressed. I had it's like literally, I cried. I had happy moments. I would go and do stuff here and there. I got to know the area or whatever. But I was in my house all day. My first apartment was, when I moved out of that apartment, I said, bye-bye. Bye-bye, my teary-eyed apartment. I would never forget that apartment. I loved my apartment. But it was an apartment that God met me at. And he purged me. And I got to really know God for myself. Like, that's why I think you can't tell me there's no God. I think you can't tell me God is not real. That, for me, you can't. Because God taught me who he was and still teaching me. He only showed me a little raindrop of who he is. And to this day, I'm still learning about him. But he taught me who he was. I can depend on him and him only. And all I had was him to depend on. I had nobody, y'all. I knew no one. I joined the church in 2018, and I still was like, I would hear the word and go home and all that stuff, and God directed me to that church. Like, God ordered my steps in every aspect of my life. He ordered my steps, and I need to get back into that mode. Like, I'm kind of out of that mode, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, he ordered. So I started getting community. Like, he started building community, but he started building it when he knew that I was ready for that. When he knew that I would depend on him more than I depend on a person, a human being. Like, he knew that. So he took care of me in that season. That season, you can't tell me that. People can believe in what they want to believe in, but I believe in Jesus Christ. I am a God's girl all the way, and that's what I'm gonna believe in forever and forever, forever and ever, until I go spend eternity with him, because of what he did. He took care of me the whole time. Like, I never went without. I never got evicted. I always had heat. I always had water. He provided all my needs, all my essentials. That man provided. So you can never tell me there's no God. People wonder why I go so hard for God, because of what he did for me back then and over again. He still do that stuff for me. That's why I go hard for my God, because of what he does. He's an on-time God. Yes, he is. He definitely is. And I stand firm to that. Like, God is so good to me all the time. Even when I messed up, he's still good. And I love that man forever and ever. And I will worship him forever and ever. And I will never not be ashamed of God because of what he done for me. That's just it. That's point blank, period. So fast forward to, I'm sorry, I ain't even gonna change it. I just had to tell y'all, like, that man, I love him. I'm a God's girl. So 2018, I was depressed. I went home for Christmas. I was around my family. It was cool. I still was depressed. But I went home, and then I came. So before I went home, though, but my pastor prayed for me. That's how I knew Jesus. Jesus is hilarious. So I guess my pastor felt in his spirit that I was depressed. I don't know. Maybe I looked depressed. I don't know. I had my little coat. I had my coat on, and I was just looking at the wall listening to him. And he said, "Erica, can I pray for you?" In front of the congregation, y'all. God know I don't like getting called out in front of these kinds of people. I don't like to get called. If you gonna talk to me and pray. Can you talk to you at the church? I don't like getting called out in front of the congregation. I'm always getting called out from the congregation, getting prayed for. God loved doing that to me, because he know I just don't be wanting to do that. I be like, okay. So he prayed for me before I went home. He said, "You're walking into a new season." I can't remember vaguely what he says. I'm gonna have to start bringing a recorder, because I don't remember what them people be saying, like what people be saying to me. But he was like, God sees you, he hears from you, and he knows. And I just started crying, because I'm like, he don't even know my situation. Like, he don't know how hurt I am. Like, I feel alone, even though God did allow people to come. You know, I had a little community and stuff, and I knew a little bit of people. I still felt alone. Like I had nobody. I didn't feel like I had anybody. So he was like, when you come back, it's gonna be a new you. So I went home. I cut off all my hair. I dyed it a pretty cinnamon. It was really pretty. I think I'm gonna dye it that color again. I dyed that, cut it all off, dyed it a pretty cinnamon, and I felt like a refreshed girl. Like it was all off. Like I had it curly, and then this back was shaved. Everything. It was cute. I might cut my hair like that again. I don't know, but it was cute. I dyed my hair off, and it felt like a weight was lifted off of me when I cut my hair. And then I came back, and one of my friends from church was like, girl, you look cute. Like she texted me. I don't really check my phone in church. I check it after church or whatever. She was like, girl, you look beautiful. You walked in like a brand new, like a glow was over you. Like it was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, thank you. She was like, you look really nice. Like if you look different. And so I guess I wanted to my new season because 2019 wasn't bad. It was like a weight has been lifted off of me, and I end up moving with one of my friends. That's another thing. I tell y'all, my testimony's so deep. It's deeper than I can even get to. Like I'm leaving out so many little, probably major details, but it's so deep. Like I can't. I'm telling you, this video will be. I'm already at 31 minutes. So you know it's about to be a part 3, right? About to be a part 3. And I didn't even get to the part about the house. I was supposed to tell y'all about the house. But anyways, so I'm gonna get to 35, and then I'm gonna give y'all part 3. So I was with my roommate at the time, and how I got to that was totally that was a Jesus move, how she became my roommate. So I had a roommate, and I'm living with her. And things is going really good. So I'm asking her about a house situation, because I'm like, I don't want to move into an apartment, because the second apartment I moved into, that was a nightmare. I only lasted 3 weeks in that apartment, and I was out. God didn't tell me to move to that apartment. I did that because I was out of fear and nervousness, not knowing where I was gonna go, not knowing God already has a place set up for me. I moved into that apartment. I made that move, and it was hell. When I say it was hell, it was hell. The people was ghetto. It was just too. From where I came from to move to where I went, Lord, it was ghetto. Ghetto. Do y'all hear me? Ghetto. Oh, I got an attitude thinking about that apartment. But anyways, so, yeah. So okay. I ended up moving with my roommate, moved with her. I've been living with her. So I'm asking her, like, I want a house. I'm like, at this point, I don't even want to rent no more. So I'm telling God I want a house, and I'm praying. It's 2019, y'all. 2019. Y'all with me? Okay. So I'm telling God I want a house, and I'm praying. I'm just like researching. I'm trying to get stuff, just knowing the roots of how to get a house here, because North Carolina and Buffalo is different. Like, I don't know what's the difference. So I'm researching in 2019. So I'm about to end the video. And so we gonna pick up where we needed when we shipped up in the first video. But I had to give y'all the backstory. So I love y'all. I will talk to y'all soon. I'm picking up in the next video. I think I'm about to record it now because it's all fresh. So I'm about to re-record it. So I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Over and out. Peace. Part 3 coming soon.